Warning: your legs weaken. First, eat these 10 foods to strengthen them. As you get older, your legs begin to weaken, long before you might even notice it. This gradual decline in strength can lead to a loss of control and balance, and for many, a devastating fall. Falls are unfortunately the most common cause of fatal injuries in older adults, and the consequences can be severe, even leading to traumatic death. However, this outcome is not inevitable. You can actually reverse this process through simple lifestyle changes. Hello, health champions. Today we're going to delve into the top 10 foods that can help strengthen your legs. I've come to realize that many videos on this topic offer advice that is superficial, random, and often misleading. The people creating these videos may not fully grasp the complexities of health. They tend to grasp at straws, focusing on isolated nutrient facts. For instance, they might say that sweet potatoes contain potassium, which is crucial for signaling, and therefore you should eat sweet potatoes. They discuss the causes of leg weakness without truly understanding the underlying mechanisms. They might mention sarcopenia, which is muscle loss or deficiency, but fail to explain that it's a condition that describes the state, not necessarily the sole cause of muscle weakness. They might also talk about how muscles need energy and how oats provide complex carbohydrates for energy. While sweet potatoes and oats aren't inherently bad foods, especially if you can tolerate a certain amount of carbohydrates, mentioning them casually based on a single fact is highly misleading. The idea that simply eating these foods will magically strengthen you and help you recover is not how it works. Here, we aim to provide you with a more comprehensive understanding. First, we need to grasp why this topic is so important and why weakened legs pose such a significant risk as we age. As I mentioned, weak legs can lead to a loss of control and balance, dramatically increasing your risk of falling. A fall, even a minor one, can be catastrophic for an older adult. A hip fracture, for example, can immobilize you for an extended period, leading to a significant loss of mobility. And when you lose mobility, you also lose something even more vital: brain power. Movement is essential for sending signals to your brain. When we lose the ability to move, we diminish our brain's capacity. Just like a muscle that's put in a cast begins to atrophy, the brain starts to degenerate when it doesn't receive enough signals. This decline in brain function can ultimately lead to a loss of vitality and even death. The statistics are quite sobering. Up to 50% of individuals who fall and break a hip die within a year. Even for those who survive, their quality of life is never the same, with up to 60% requiring long-term care. This is precisely what we aim to reverse through simple lifestyle changes. Prevention involves two key elements. The first is exercise, which is relatively straightforward. Exercise helps build muscle by causing micro tears in muscle fibers. During the recovery period, your body repairs these tears, making the muscles stronger. The second, crucial step is providing the right signals. Exercise provides the stimulus and challenge your body needs to initiate repair. If you're completely sedentary and break down muscle fibers, there's no signal for your body to fully repair them or make them stronger. Exercise is a relatively simple concept, and I'd be happy to create a dedicated video on it if you let me know in the comments. However, the biggest source of confusion seems to be around nutrition. This is what I want to address in this video. Food provides the building blocks your body needs to repair muscles. What constitutes the best fuel for your body? It needs to provide the necessary fuel, the catalyst, and a wealth of vitamins and minerals to regulate all the bodily reactions. In detail, this means quality fats as fuel, a certain amount of carbohydrates if you tolerate them, and if you've seen my other videos, you know I'm not a proponent of consuming 300 grams of carbs daily. If you have diabetes or carbohydrate intolerance, you should aim for very low carb or even ketogenic levels, but even then, tolerating 10 grams is still possible. And these should be from whole foods. Then, we need high-quality protein, essential fatty acids, and the vital vitamins and minerals. But even with all these components, it's still not enough. We need to understand the bigger picture. Everyone is different. Your diet must also support your overall metabolic health. Whether you're diabetic or a 20-year-old athlete, the foods that are beneficial for you might differ. Chronic, low-grade inflammation can lead to neuroinflammation, affecting your brain and nervous system. When your brain and nervous system are inflamed, signaling becomes impaired. Therefore, your diet must support your neuromuscular connection. Without proper signals, even the best steak is useless. We're talking about the right timing, balance, and coordination. It's the combination of muscle and signals. If your nervous system isn't healthy, if it's riddled with neuroinflammation, your body won't function optimally. Now, why do our legs typically weaken faster than the muscles in the rest of our body? Well, in a state of complete inactivity, like a coma or prolonged bed rest, you can lose up to 50% of your muscle mass in just 30 days. While a sedentary lifestyle isn't as extreme, it's similar in that we're not regularly challenging our bodies. This can lead to a loss of as much as 50% of quadriceps strength, which translates to a significant percentage of leg strength by the age of 60 to 70. The reason legs tend to deteriorate slightly faster is that they generally have more fast-twitch muscle fibers than the average muscle in your body. These types of muscles are more prone to atrophy and break down more quickly. Here are 10 foods that can help, explained in no particular order. 1. Eggs. You must consume the entire egg, including the yolk, to reap the full benefits. Whole eggs contain an amino acid called leucine, which specifically triggers muscle growth through a pathway called mTOR, mammalian target of rapamycin. Don't be intimidated by the name. It simply initiates muscle growth. Eggs are also incredibly rich in choline, a precursor to acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter the body uses to activate muscles. Eggs contain vitamin B12, which is critical for nerve signaling. A deficiency in B12 can lead to impaired nerve signals and can also affect the myelin sheath, which acts as insulation for your nerves, much like the outer layer of electrical wires in your body. Eggs are also packed with essential fatty acids like EPA and DHA, which your body uses to create healthy cell membranes, vital for all cells, including nerve and muscle cells. With the right fats in your cells and eggs providing excellent sources of signaling molecules and amino acids, they are arguably the best non-maternal food source available, offering the highest percentage of bioavailable amino acids for the human body. When considering the quality of eggs, pasture-raised eggs, from chickens that roam freely, eat bugs and grass, and get sunlight, contain 2 to 7 times more of these key nutrients than conventionally farmed eggs. 2. Salmon and other fatty cold water fish. Think sardines and mackerel. Salmon and these fatty fish are exceptional sources of EPA and DHA, the very fatty acids we just discussed in relation to eggs. While eggs are a good source, these fish are a powerhouse. Adequate intake of these fatty acids helps the body balance inflammation. They aren't anti-inflammatory in the same way a pill is, but they help the body achieve a healthier inflammatory response. This can lead to an anti-inflammatory effect. Furthermore, these omega-3 fatty acids can boost muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Similar to eggs, the source matters. Wild-caught salmon has a much better omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, around 1.4, compared to farmed salmon, around 1.1 to 1.2, with wild salmon having significantly higher omega-3s. It's important to put this into perspective. Even farmed salmon is a better choice than bread and cheese. These fish are also excellent sources of high-quality protein with excellent bioavailability, close to that of whole eggs. Salmon also contains selenium and astaxanthin, potent antioxidants. By reducing oxidative damage to mitochondria, muscles, and nerves, the likelihood of breakdown decreases. The fats in fish are also beneficial for reducing inflammation, supporting mitochondria in muscles, aiding in energy production, and strengthening nerve cell membranes, which are crucial for signaling. Overall, salmon and fatty fish contribute to increased strength, balance, and energy production. 3. Grass-fed beef. This is a great source of creatine. Creatine is a popular supplement among bodybuilders, and it acts as a phosphate carrier, facilitating the cycle between ADP and ATP, which is how energy is transported and utilized in the body. Having more creatine allows the ATP cycle to convert back to energy more rapidly. Beef is also exceptionally rich in bioavailable iron, which is vital for the production of red blood cells. Sufficient iron ensures red blood cells are properly sized and efficiently transport oxygen. Beef also provides vitamin B12, which aids in red blood cell maturation and nerve conduction. These two factors work together to ensure proper oxygen supply and signaling to your muscles, both essential for muscle function, growth, and repair. High-quality beef is also rich in zinc and is a complete protein, crucial for muscle repair by providing the amino acids needed for muscle building. I strongly advocate for grass-fed beef over grain-fed due to its superior nutritional profile, including higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, up to 5 times more, and antioxidants like vitamin E. Even if you can only afford ground beef, opting for grass-fed is a significant improvement. However, if grass-fed isn't available or affordable, conventional beef is still a much better choice than highly processed, lean, artificially flavored, and sugar-laden foods. 4. Unsweetened full-fat yogurt. Opt for plain, full-fat yogurt, especially Greek yogurt, which is strained and has a higher protein content. Greek yogurt can have around 10% fat, whereas many non-fat versions in the US have added fats to create texture. If you can find it, full-fat plain yogurt is a great choice. The more tart the yogurt, the more the bacteria have consumed the milk sugar, indicating a higher bacterial count. If you can't find a great option, making your own is also possible. Yogurt supports your gut microbiome and is probiotic. A healthy microbiome leads to better nutrient absorption, allowing your body to access more of the nutrients you consume. It also helps reduce inflammation because a healthy gut flora can limit inflammatory processes. Many inflammatory issues stem from an inability to properly break down and process food due to an imbalance in gut bacteria. Yogurt also contains calcium, essential for muscle contraction, and is a high-quality animal protein source, vital for muscle function. 5. Bone broth. Bone broth is rich in collagen, which supports the repair and maintenance of your joints, ligaments, and gut lining. A healthy gut means less inflammation and better nutrient absorption. Maintaining healthy joints and ligaments is also critical for strength. When you experience pain, your muscles may shut down to protect themselves, leading to reduced mobility. Supporting connective tissues and structural components can lead to greater mobility and strength. Bone broth is also abundant in glycine, an amino acid that helps reduce chronic inflammation and promotes neurological calm. It's also rich in glutamine, which aids in healing a leaky gut and reducing neuroinflammation. The gut-brain axis is a crucial concept. If your gut is inflamed and leaky, inflammatory substances can enter your bloodstream and reach your brain. 6. Non-starchy vegetables and leafy greens. You can consume large quantities of these without negatively impacting carbohydrate intake or blood sugar levels. These vegetables are packed with minerals like magnesium and potassium, as well as vitamins B and K1. They also contain nitrates, which are precursors to nitric oxide, promoting vasodilation and blood circulation. They tend to reduce systemic inflammation, particularly through their polyphenols. While some may view these as plant toxins, they are incredibly beneficial. They serve as food for your gut bacteria, and a diverse range of these vegetables leads to a diverse and healthy gut microbiome. This, in turn, supports the gut-brain axis and helps mitigate inflammation. They also power your mitochondria, not by directly providing energy, but by acting as essential catalysts that help mitochondria perform their function. 7. Nuts and seeds. These are excellent sources of minerals like magnesium and zinc. Some, like flax seeds and chia seeds, contain omega-3s, though not as potent as those found in fish oil. Plant-based omega-3s, like ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, can be converted into EPA and DHA, albeit weakly. They still contribute to maintaining a healthy omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. Nuts and seeds also provide vitamin E and protein. Minerals like sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium, when in the right proportions, are essential for muscle contraction and relaxation, helping to prevent cramps and facilitating nerve transmission. They also play a role in tissue repair and the production of neurotransmitters. 8. Beans and legumes. This category includes lentils, chickpeas, and black beans. While I haven't emphasized them in past videos focused on low-carb diets, they are a moderate source of carbohydrates. If your metabolism can tolerate them, they offer protein, potassium, various vitamins, iron, fiber, and B vitamins. They act as fuel for your gut bacteria. The fiber and polyphenols in legumes are unique and can diversify your microbiome, especially if you're not aiming for a strict ketogenic diet. They also contain nitrates, which convert to nitric oxide. 9. Berries, my favorites, are raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries. They are high in fiber, nutrient-dense, and low in sugar and carbohydrates. Some berries contain anthocyanins, which can help reduce neurotrophic factors like BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. BDNF is crucial for the growth of new nerve cells and synapses, the connections that allow your brain to communicate with your muscles. This is essential for building strength, coordination, and enhancing your neural pathways. Berries also support the microbiome and the gut-brain axis, improve blood flow to both muscles and the brain, and help preserve fast-twitch muscle fibers. In this video, I've talked a lot about the brain because it's a vital component of muscle strength, balance, and control. 10. Avocado. This is one of my favorite, almost perfect plant-based foods. It's rich in healthy fats, including monounsaturated fats, which help reduce systemic inflammation by displacing inflammatory fats. Avocados also contain minerals and vitamins like B6 and E. Vitamin B6 is crucial for producing neurotransmitters, the signaling molecules that facilitate nerve conduction and signaling. While building muscle requires more than just one component, avocados provide a diverse range of beneficial elements. If you'd like to see a video on how to build stronger legs, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're serious about mastering your health by truly understanding how your body works, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a life-saving video.